for your Madden on the Line board check for Wednesday, May 20th, presented by Crosscheck Media on the Biz Talk Today TV network. You guys, welcome to the show. I'm Joe Madden. If there's money on the line, you know we're on it. Let's talk what we saw last night out there on the hardwood. Now, if you missed this game, the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks, I tell you, you got to go back and watch those highlights. The Knicks ended up winning in OT. 115 to 104. They came out strong in the first quarter, putting up 23 points, and the Cavs responded with 16. But things really fell apart in the second and the third for the New York Knicks, and it did look like going into that fourth that they were going to take the loss in game one. Lots of people saying the rust came into play, but the New York Knicks didn't stop. Jalen Brunson ended up with 38 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals, with the Knicks getting that overtime win. Donovan Mitchell for the Cleveland Cavaliers came out nice and solid, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 6 steals, 1 block. We saw that perimeter shooting struggle for both of these teams, with the Cavs hitting only 16 of 50 attempts. That's a 32% rate, while the New York Knicks hit only 10 of 32, hitting at 31%. The free throws also question marks on how they weren't hitting more of those, with the free throws for the Cavs coming in 69% and 65% for the Knicks. And then the points in the paint were the struggle for the Cavs, with only 38 points in the paint versus 60 for the New York Knicks. We will see game number 2 between these two teams on a Thursday night, with the Cleveland Cavaliers being a 6.5-point dog. This one will tip off at 8:10 Eastern. Make sure you do join me on Madden on the Line as we break down that game and everything that I'm liking, the players that you definitely want to circle. Now, if you joined me yesterday on Madden on the Line, you did hit those Jalen Brunson props. We laddered him up to 35 plus and said the 40 plus might get a little greedy. So hopefully you guys stopped at 35 plus for that great plus money. Looking at tonight's action out there on the hardwood, we have game number 2 between the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. This one, we've seen the line move from 6.5 to 7.5, with the Thunder being the favorite, even though we saw in game number 1, the Spurs take a commanding 1-0 lead. That was an impressive win. And in that one, they won it in double overtime, 122 to 115. We all know we saw WEMBY become, well, the future of the NBA. The future is here. Victor Wembanyama is it, you guys, for me in the NBA. 41 points, 24 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. The MVP of the league, SGA, was held to 24 points, 3 rebounds, 12 assists, 5 steals, and 1 block. And it was a really poor shooting night for him. When you look at how he shot, he went 7 of 23 from the field and then 2 of 7 from deep. Well, lots of people are looking for SGA to answer back in game number 2 and the Thunder to answer back. I'm not buying into it. I think the Spurs plus the points is an absolute gift here tonight in what should be a lower scoring game. We got a total of 216.5. I'm rolling with the under. Remember at the end of the fourth quarter, before we went to overtime, these two teams had both put up 101 points apiece. I'm also rolling back Victor Wembanyama for the ladder of his rebound with 24 rebounds in the last game. His prop tonight is 13.5. Well, it looks high. I just don't think it's high enough. Again, you can take him for 16 plus at plus 180 and 18 plus at plus 370. Look for Castle to clean things up in the turnover department. He did turn the ball over 11 times in the last, but also had 11 assists. I'm looking for Castle for a solid performance here. Dylan Harper as well, 7 steals in that last game. Look for him to be impactful out here. If OKC wants to win this and cover that spread, they're going to have to get that perimeter shooting going and going solid. In the last game, Alex Caruso came out with 31 points. He did record 8 made threes on 14 shots. Look for Alex Caruso to go over his 2.5 made threes again, even though it's a lower scoring game. Hitting from the perimeter is vital for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, solid trends on why you would want to back OKC. OKC off a loss in the last 3 in the postseason are 8-2 straight up and 7-3 against that spread. And home favorites in game 2 off a game 1 loss have gone 38-15 straight up and 29-23-1 against the spread. But I just can't get there, you guys. That doesn't include the WEMBY factor, and I think Victor Wembanyama will be the difference maker again tonight. And as we turn to the ice, we have game number 1 in the Western Conference Finals between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche. Now, I'm looking for Colorado to take this series, but I don't think they're going to win here in game number 1, which will give you better odds if they go down. And if we miss the bet, remember, we don't have to bet everything on the board. Looking at Colorado, they're a heavy favorite at minus 172 tonight. The Vegas Golden Knights up plus 142. And we got a total of 6.5. Personally, I'm staying off the total of 6.5 because you never know what we're going to get out there tonight between these two teams. One goaltender has a bad night, and we know both of these teams have the offensive production to open things up. I will look at some player props, though, and I'm going to take Vegas straight out of the gate at plus 142. Now, lines have moved on that earlier in the day. You could get them at plus 146. The Vegas Golden Knights, yes, have played 12 postseason games, needing 6 to take out Utah in the first round, needing 6 to take out the Ducks in the second. But this team, I trust to be able to get a win here because, well, Colorado is without Cale Makar. With obvious shoulder discomfort in the last round versus the Minnesota Wild, you have to hope that nothing else is going on with Cale Makar because he's a vital position on the blue line here for the Colorado Avalanche. This is a deeper team. Yes, I agree. Nathan MacKinnon's been on fire since the Olympics. He has 13 points in the postseason, 7 goals and 6 assists in 9 games played. But I do think here Vegas in game number 1 will come out solid. Give me Vegas on the money line. Give me Mitch Marner for 2+ points. Marner with 18 points here in the postseason, I think is a solid play. Now, Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner, Thomas Hertl, Dorothea Shea Theodore are all on that top power play unit. Look for the conversion on the power play unit. Well, the kill is solid here for Colorado at an 84.6% during the regular season. That's dropped down to 79.3 in the post. And we know the power play here is converting for the Vegas Golden Knights at 24.5%. I still have angst on goaltending here for the Colorado Avalanche. Scott Wedgwood expected between the pipes today. Solid numbers, a .914 save percentage, a 2.21 goals against average. Carter Hart on the other side has been nice and solid for Vegas. Both of these goaltenders, though, you know, any given night, those goals could come as the offenses can dominate. Look for defense to try to lock down. I'm just not sure what kind of style we'll get in game number 1. You know, Tortorella is going to bring everything Vegas has, trying to pull off the upset tonight. And I do think they get it. Now, make sure you also join me tomorrow for Madden on the Line as we talk the Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes series starting. Currently, lines on that, almost $2 favorite here for the Carolina Hurricanes, plus 162 for the Montreal Canadiens. If you think they can roll with momentum and pull off the upset after needing 7 versus the Buffalo Sabres, and then we got a total of 5.5. There'll be 12 days off for Carolina before this game. It's a lot of rest. Will it equal rest? We'll be breaking it all down here, including the action on the hardwood on Madden on the Line, presented by Crosscheck Media on the Biz Talk Today TV network. I appreciate you guys. All the best in all of your bets. Enjoy the playoff action.